Hey guys, how are you doing? Tony Purcell here, and today I want to talk about what it really means to be a creator and to give you a couple tips of how you can really step up in your ability to create the life that you want. And I want to start by kind of talking about a story from today. I was actually messaging back and forth with someone on Facebook, and they were telling me a little bit about some of the struggles that they've been through and how difficult life has been, and really how difficult life is currently. And I want to first say that I understand. I understand difficult times. I understand when times are hard. I understand when it seems like everything in life is not going the way that you had planned it would go. And it seems like everything in life is going wrong. And it seems like you're just struggling every day, and there's something else, and there's something new, and you're struggling financially, and you're struggling spiritually, and you're struggling in your relationships, and it just seems like you can't catch a break. I know what it feels like to live there, and so I first just wanted you to know that, I understand that, and I empathize with that. And I'm not going to say, hey, just get over it and grow up, because I know that it's real. I know that those struggles are real, and I know that it can be very, very difficult and discouraging at times. And at the same time, I want you to know and understand that you are a creator, which means you have the ability to create whatever life it is that you want. Whatever kind of life you want to experience, whatever kind of relationships you want to have, whatever kind of financial situation you want to have, whatever kind of emotions you want to experience internally, you can create that life for you. You have been given that gift and that ability. And I want to tell you about one of the things that holds people back more than anything else, and that is playing the victim. Now, playing the victim is when you blame something or somebody else for your circumstance. Something that happens, whatever it is in your life that is unfavorable, the moment you point the finger and you say that is somebody else's fault, you lose all power. Now, I was listening to an interesting audio the other day that was talking about this, and it was talking about how we play this victimhood, and he says, it's kind of funny because think about this. Would you ever go tell anybody, hey, I'm a victim? Would you ever brag about that? Would you ever say, yeah, I'm a victim. I'm so cool. I know how to blame, and I know how to be the victim, and I know how to blame everything and everyone else for everything that happens in my life. No, never. How about this? Would you ever go to a class? Would you ever go take a college course or some kind of course that taught you how to be a victim? Hey, in this course, you're going to learn how to be a victim, and you're going to learn how to blame, and you're going to learn how to point the fingers, and you're going to learn how to avoid responsibility for everything. Of course you wouldn't. You would never go to that class. You would never send one of your children to that. However, you're saying that to yourself all the time. You never brag about it and tell somebody else that you're a victim, but you're telling yourself all the time that you're the victim. And you're living your life that way, and when you do, you're teaching your children that way, or your people around you who you have influence over. And so what does it mean to play the victim? Again, it means any time, in any circumstance, no matter what it is that happened, that you point the finger at someone else and say they caused that. Are there times when things just happen? Maybe there are, sure. Sometimes life just happens. But it never, ever, ever helps for you to point the finger and blame. So what do you do instead? The alternative to that is accepting responsibility. So there's victimhood, and then there's responsibility. Responsibility is saying, whatever it is that happens, I'm going to acknowledge that I had a part in creating that experience. Now, most people believe in this concept. Yes, most anybody, you believe in this idea that you attract certain experiences, that you attract certain circumstances into your life, that you attract certain things into your life. And most people will say, yes, absolutely. I believe that. But they don't want to take credit for the bad things that they attract. They want to say, yeah, I attracted this. I was positive, so this happened. They want to look at all the good things in their life and say, I attracted that. They don't want to look at the bad and the negative things and say, I attracted that. And you need to do that. You need to look at even all of the bad and the worst things and say, how did I have a part in creating that? Now, this doesn't necessarily apply to, say, children. a child who is abused in some horrible way, I'm not going to go and say, you attracted that. And that's especially the time in our life when we're really actually subject to other people. But at some point we grew up and we became adults. And what happened with most people is we didn't grow out of that phase of blaming and being the victim. And we never became adults in the sense of taking on responsibility. And taking responsibility for every situation that we attract into our life. So I'm going to tell you a story and an example of how this worked in my life so you can see that, this is real for me. This is stuff that I really live by and I really apply and that I've seen make an impact on my life. Many of you have heard my story, and if you haven't, I went from a time where everything in my life was falling apart to, that quick, everything fixed. And this was one of the most important. This concept I'm talking about you right now, is almost the entire thing that I focused on in those 3 months that changed my whole life. We just really, 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 really dug deep at the deepest possible level. So I'm going to give you an example. So I was, at the time, offered a job that looked very appealing, that was something that I wanted to do, and the income was anywhere from $70,000 to $90,000 a year, and I was really excited about that. So I said, okay, yeah, let's go for that. So I took that, and I started making about $700 a month. In that same exact position, I was getting my paycheck each month, and it was on average $700 per month, which was less than my mortgage payment. And several months went by, and it was still the exact same. And I was really angry, and I was really frustrated, and I was so angry at my boss. What a dirty, rotten scoundrel. Scoundrel lied to me, tricked to me. Again, everything else in my life was falling apart, so that just kind of added to it all. And, I talked to somebody and was telling him all this. And he was the person who actually pointed me in the direction. And I actually went and got some personal coaching and did some really deep inner work. And in this particular scenario on finances, and I dug in and I really looked deep inside myself. And I looked at what the thought I was thinking. The thought I was thinking was, I was promised higher, I'm getting paid nothing, and it's all that person's fault. That's what my actual thought process was when I took the time to analyze it. And then, as I started to dig inside myself and ask the question, well, first make the statement that I am accountable for everything in my life. I am accountable for all the results. And I had a part of attracting every experience into my life. I started with that statement and that belief, and then I started asking, why did I attract that? Instead of saying, what's wrong with him or what's wrong with her, why did I attract that experience? And as I started to dig into that, what I found was that inside of me, I had a lot of conflict with money. There was a lot of part of me, a lot inside of me that believed that I wasn't good enough for money. And I started looking back and realizing that growing up as a child, I was told people like us can't do things like that. Things are expensive like golfing and skiing. I was told that those things aren't for us. I was taught that money is a subject that you just don't talk about and you don't ask people about because it's like this taboo subject. I was taught that money doesn't grow on trees. I was taught that we can't afford that, we can't afford that, we can't afford that over and over and over again. And I was taught all these negative things about money, and I took them on and I started to believe them. So again, I'm not the victim blaming what I was taught. I took responsibility. I took those on, and I believed those beliefs, and I listened to those things. And when I listened to all of those things, it started to have an impact, of course, on my life. And as I tried to later on in life move forward and increase my income and increase my financial situation, I had to deal with some of those beliefs. And because I wasn't dealing with them, I was attracting this experience of, even though I saw something that I felt I'm worth that, and that's a good income goal, and I'm going to go grab that, what I attracted was for that to not work out. And here's what's so interesting was I started working on that, and I started clearing those things out. And I got rid of all those old beliefs, and I brought on new beliefs. And I brought these beliefs on that money is good, that I'm allowed to have money, that money is abundant, that there's a limitless supply. that it's okay to talk about money, that money is a good subject. And it took time. It wasn't just, and I want to stress this, that it wasn't just thinking these new things a couple times. It was clearing out my mind. And that's an essential part of that, getting rid of the beliefs that are in there and then replacing the new ones. And I did this really interesting thing that I had never done before, which was a coach of mine said, create a new script. So create a new script, and the script is kind of what you're always sending out. Your script is what you're sending out, and other people are picking up on that. And so I created a new script, and they said, send the new script to your boss that you're ready for more, that you're ready for more responsibility, that you're ready for more opportunity, that you're ready for more income, and you're ready for that. And the most incredible thing happened is that it worked like that. Just extremely quickly and amazingly. I went from, not only was I so angry and frustrated before, I let go of all the frustration, I let go of all the anger, I felt great in life, and I felt peaceful, and I felt happy. And at the exact same moment, things changed at work. My salary jumped right to where I wanted it to be. I got more respect at work, and things just started working out so quickly when I changed and got rid of my feelings of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm too young to be making that much, and took on these new beliefs of I'm worth that, I can create that, it's good for me to have that, money is abundant. And as soon as I did that, that's when things started to change. So it starts with acknowledging that you are a creator and acknowledging that you had a part in attracting everything into your life. Every experience that you currently have, you attracted that in. And then looking and asking yourself the question, why did I attract that? What kind of deep down beliefs do I have? And again, it's not the surface beliefs, because my surface beliefs were, oh, I should have money. He probably, I'm worth that. I could have that money. I deserve this. I've earned it, whatever. Those are all my surface beliefs. But when I really, really, really dug down, so that's the next step, is you really dig down and you find those beliefs. And then the next step after that is you replace it and you get the new beliefs, and you take on new beliefs that are true, that are better, that are higher vibration, and you bring those truths on and you let them really set in your life, and you let them really, really be in your life and really hold on to them, and things will start to change in your life, and everything that you imagine could happen begins to happen. And all I can tell you guys is it just works. I know that it works. I haven't perfected it. I don't just say, oh, I want this, and everything, magically happens. You still have to take action. And I don't know exactly how it is that works and how to work all of it. All I know is that it works because I've tried it in my life and I've seen the results, and I know that it will work for the same for you, because I've seen other people apply it in the exact same way and get the exact same results. So a big question you probably have is, how do I clear that stuff out? How do I dig deep enough and find that stuff? And then how do I clear it out? Well, I talk a lot about that in several of my products, none of which are for sale at all anymore. I've taken them down. None of them you can buy anywhere. They're exclusively for people who are on my team in the prosperity team. And that's anywhere on my team. But if you're on my team in the prosperity team, not only do you get all those bonuses that come in the prosperity team, not only do you have the most brilliant and incredible system for creating wealth and making money that I've ever seen, but you're also going to get these products from me as a free bonus when you join my team, for to help you get rid of that stuff and clear some of those thoughts out, so that you can then replace them with the powerful thoughts. And then as you move forward in life, you still have to move forward. You still have to take action. You still have to work. That's a no-brainer. You still have to do that stuff. But when your mind is working with you instead of against you, everything is different. And so, what do you do now? Take and apply everything that I've taught you. Also, I invite you to come and join the prosperity team, because I'd love to get to know you better. I'd love to work with you some personally and give you that help and support and help you feel what it means to be a creator. I'd love to give you those products for free, and of course give you access to the entire system that is part of the prosperity team. So below or above, somewhere around this video, there's going to be a link. Click on it, and just join. Just come and join the Prosperity Team. It'll cost you $25 to get in the door and to get access to those free products and to even get access to me and have phone calls with me. And I mean, that's so worth it. People make a $25 decision every day. Sometimes people say, $25, that's a lot. But you'll go to the grocery store and random stuff that you don't even need that you just see on the end of the aisle, you'll just pick it up. And it's $2 here, $4 here, $5 there. Before you know it, I mean, it's $25 every time you go to the grocery store on random stuff that you don't need. You go and you spend way more than that on TV in a month. You spend $25 on just going out to a meal, and you just decide, spur of the moment, hey, I want to go out tonight instead of making something. So let's go out, and you spend at least $25. I mean, if you're bringing your family, maybe it's $50 or $60. People do that all the time. It's $25 to join and to take your life and say, I am going to be the creator. I am going to do this now, and I'm going to take myself to the next level. $25. Just click on the button, join, and I'll talk to you then.